We are back in the January transfer window because at this point it looks like we might have to make a big sale. Fukuoka, a team out of Japan, have made an offer for Gorotsuteги. Fukuoka have a much higher reputation than us. The J League is much better than us. Last season, it looks like they finished in fifth place, just outside the Champions League spots. I think we are probably going to have to sell Gorotsuteги. It would also be big for our finances if we did. So it's probably a sale that we're going to have to make. The other thing is, too, we have sold Lawali, which is why you're probably seeing this choose a new Mendiola FC captain. The interesting about this is I was going to make Gorotsuteги our captain, but at this point, I'm going to have to rethink that because we're probably going to be selling him. The other thing is Gorotsutegi's value is only 12k to 45k, which doesn't bode well for us getting a lot of money for him. So we're going to have to go for a percentage of profit from next sale clause. But that being said, let's get into the negotiation. The big thing here is that Gorotsuteги may become unsettled if he's not allowed to speak to them. So he is going to want to leave. So let's get the best thing we can do here. We do want a loan back length. I do want a loan back length at least until the end of the season. We're going to hard lock that in. We need to make sure we get him back on loan. So at the very least, we have him through the Champions League run, as he has been crucial for it. Percentage of profit of next sale, let's jump that up to 50%. We're going to remove arranging a friendly because that has seemed to be glitched for some reason in this database. But otherwise here, bonus upon qualifying for the Champions League. Gonna remove that. And actually, we're gonna add in, they're not gonna get relegated. Let's add in something for not getting relegated. Let's do like 25k for that. After league appearances, 50 games, he might not do that and he might not score 30 league goals. Let's go like one game. Let's get 25,000 for one game here. 25,000. We'll do that. For some reason that went to 1k. Here we go. And then a fee. We need at least 40k. I want to start off with a potential value of 100k. Right now it's at about 90k. I don't know if you guys can see that. So let's go to like 30k here and 30k here. And let's see what they say to that. So if we suggest terms, they don't like that. All right, we're going to remove and exclude the range of friendly. These are terrible. All right, we've changed it to like 95k. We've dropped the transfer fee. We have kept upon qualifying for the Champions League, so hopefully they can do that. And a league appearance fee of 25k, so at least we'd be guaranteed like 55k essentially. So let's suggest those terms. Not a fan. They're dropping this really low, which I'm not a fan of. All right, Fukuoka have put in a non-negotiable offer that I'm not happy with, so I'm just going to flat out reject the offer. Gorotsuteги is not going to be happy with that, so we are likely going to need to have a chat with him. I'm going to make Mendoza the captain for now. And the next inbox is going to be that he's keen to discuss his future. Not super excited about that. Let's discuss it with him. And he does want to talk to Fukuoka. And we're either going to have to compromise or let's try to convince him first. We can wait on the compromise. Let's try to convince him. Sometimes with atmosphere, we can do that. So let's try that. And he is happy with that. We do not have an unhappy player. Oh, that's brilliant. That is such a weight lifted off. All right. The question is, are they still interested? They are still interested in him. I think Fukuoka are going to come back probably with an offer. But for now, at least, he's not unhappy. And hopefully we can get more money. The only thing I'm worried about, we are going to need to negotiate this at some point. I am a little concerned that at some point, if they put an offer for him, that they're going to just go above an offer and that the board are going to accept it because we need the money. So hopefully we'll get another offer that we can negotiate. We can go a little bit higher, but we need to make sure at least we get that loan back. So I'm going to continue forward and we'll see what happens the rest of the transfer window. All right, we are a few days later and Fukuoka are back with an offer for Gorotsutegi. I think at some point we're going to have to find a way to make this work so that they don't just put it. I mean, we're in such a bad, like we're 650,000 pounds in debt. I don't want the board to just accept an offer because I think they're going to keep coming back. So at this point, I do think we're going to need to find a way to make this work. We need to find something where we're going to get in some guaranteed money. He would go to them. The preferred destination is still Fukuoka. Let's see what we've got here. Percentage of profit from next sale. If they do sell him on, I want at least 45% of that. We do want a loan back length. We're going to remove again that arrange friendly. We'll go end of season. At least we wouldn't pay any wages, so that would be good. But for a fee, what are the odds that we can just make this like 50K? A 50K fee would be huge for us. Bonus for qualifying for the Champions League. I'm going to remove that. Minimum league goals, I don't want that. And games, can we get a little like just avoid relegation? If we got like a 15, let's go like a 20,000 avoid relegation. I would 100% take that. And if he plays one game, how about 15K? That'd be 85K. I would be pretty happy with that. We'll suggest terms. We're getting it higher now. We are getting it higher. Percentage of profit from next sale, 40%. I'm all right at keeping that at 40. I'm still going to go for this J1 league, avoid relegation. They're not going to get relegated. Let's go 15K. I'll keep that not too bad. We're going to make this one game again. We're always removing the goals. We don't want to have anything to do with the goals. Let's make this 15,000 as well. This is essentially guaranteed money. And let's try to get 50K. This total value would be 80K. That would be almost double. I would not be too mad about that. We'd get 50K immediately. Let's see what they say. And they've accepted it. An 80,000 pound transfer with effectively guaranteed money. He just needs to play one game in the league, which we wouldn't get that until after the loan back, but we get a loan back on him. We would get 40% of any profit. And man, I mean, we got to accept this offer. Guys, I think Garotsetegi is going to be leaving the club. We're going to accept the offer. We got to do it. Oh man, this is so difficult. Garotsetegi is one of my favorite, of this save, Garotsetegi's been one of my favorite players. I feel like he was like the first big player we brought in. But this is a lot of money for the club. I mean, this is 50K up front, which is pretty big. Percentage of profit 40%, and we're pretty much guaranteed an extra 30K. I think we have to accept the offer and see where this goes. Well, this is it. We are going to be selling Francisco Javier Garotsetegi to Fukuoka in Japan. This is a pretty good offer for us. We also get 40% and a loan back length. The loan back length is key because we get him until at least the end of the season. So he will be here for our run in the Champions League. And the big concern here is that the Mendiola board, I've seen too many cases where the board will accept a transfer and we don't have the chance to negotiate things like a percentage of profit from next sale or a loan back length because the board needs the money. So what we've done here is that we've made sure that we have a deal that works for us, works for the squad balance without the board intervening. So that being said, Francisco Garotsetegi, a Mendiola, one of the great players of this save. We have to accept the deal, and he is gone. At least we have him on loan. Man, I mean, this is a good deal for the club, but this one really hurts because I've really enjoyed having Garotsetegi in the team. But we are going to continue this game here, and when we come back, there it is, the official inbox item that he has been signed. Oh man, it is so strange to see him here as a lone player in blue. At least we're not paying a salary for him anymore. But there he is, on loan from Fukuoka. He's not our player anymore. And I'll tell you what, he's gonna do well for them. With all that, to make this an episode, I feel like there should be a game involved. So we'll come back for one of these PFL matches, probably not the Stallion match. Let's come back for the United City match at home, because I think that's the more interesting game. Or maybe this Kaya match. Now, we'll come back for the United City match. And then, of course, I'll come back after that in February, after the January transfer window closes, for our Champions League second rounds. And we have returned on the date of said United City match. I suppose to throw in a quick PFL update as well. We've played 17 matches. We have 17 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. We're slightly down on goals compared to last season, only 87 goals, but we've also allowed many less goals, only having allowed 7 so far. So we have a nice goal differential with 80. We have 51 points. We've still been phenomenal. Looking at the goal scoring charts, Jesus Mendoza leads it with 19 goals this season. He's been really good. Sadly, below him, it's Garotzategui, Vicente Alonso, and Luis Miguel Pradas, 2 of these players who we're very likely to lose at some point in the near future. And looking at the assist chart, it is also Garotzategui in second, but Pradas and Alonso also doing quite well there. So our players doing well, we're continuing to be dominant. The other big news is that now that we're a little bit away from the transfer, Garotzategui is now actually valued at 350k to 3.7 million pounds. If for whatever reason a team decided to come in and pay 3.7 million pounds for him, that would be huge for us, because with that profit of next sale, that would completely take care of all of our debts and more. So hopefully Garotzategui will continue to develop. He'll continue to increase his valuation. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see him get signed for some big money and we'll get a nice little cash intake. And the other news comes from Luis Miguel Pradas, who you all might be wondering about. Previously, we saw that Manchester United was interested in him. Now Chelsea and PSG are also interested in him. I do not know how good he must be potential-wise, because as you guys can see, his transfer value is really low. Obviously, he's a really good player. But the fact that Chelsea, United, and PSG all think he has significant potential must be outstanding. So I do think he's a player that we're going to sell. Given that there's not long left in the transfer window, I don't think it's going to be in this January transfer window. But I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves in the summer or beyond, and hopefully we can throw in a nice percentage of next sale, because he's a really good player, and if he has all of this potential, his valuation is going to be huge in the future. But those are all the major updates. Otherwise, this is the team that's going in. The big news is that we are putting in players like Fajrali and Talarok because we want to give them some game time prior to the Champions League match that we'll be playing in the future. So players like Ferrosuelo, Santos, Fajrali, Talarok, all of these guys, Mendoza, like all the guys that will be playing this match are playing in this game to ensure that they get some game time and some match sharpness. But otherwise, this is the team. Let's get into things. All right, Talarok gets things underway. We are back with a rare PFL match. We haven't seen one of those in a while. That's a terrible pass there as Mendoza wins the ball back early. But let's get off to a good start. Let's get an easy win here, and hopefully we will be comfortably moving into our Champions League matches. But Fajrali back to Garotzategui. Garotzategui showing how much we're going to miss him. We're not even a minute in, and Francisco Javier Garotzategui is celebrating to the Mendiola fans who love him so much. But he has scored. And you know what? I'm happy to see him score. Throw in here. 10 minutes into the game. We are dominant. Love to see that. Back post to Fajrali. Falls to Santos. Takes the shot. Gets the goal. And it is 2-0 off of the deflection. And we lead United City very comfortably at this point. And we are having a lot of chances here. Fajrali looking to go in. Good cross in. Jesus Mendoza, Talarok. We get the ball into the back of the net eventually. Joseph Talarok scores. The Filipino forward getting into some good form before the Champions League when we'll need him again. And we lead 3-0. United City with the free kick. And we should win that easily. Atangana controlling it very well. And this will be our opportunity to build out of the back here. Luis Miguel Prada showing to He finds Fajli out wide. This is really, really nice one-touch football here. 1- and 2-touch football. That's a great ball in behind Talaruk. He probably should be finding the back of the net there, but that is some lovely stuff from us. And another corner here for us. Pradas with the in-swinger. He looks to the back post, looking for Talaruk, and it is going to be a penalty. And it should be Luis Miguel Pradas who will be over the pen. Sure enough, with the left foot. Luis Miguel Pradas, can he score? He does. It is 4-0. We are running away with the victory against United City. It is brilliant stuff here from Mendiola. James here with United City as they look to play the ball out of the back. We are going to win that comfortably with our press. That is brilliant play. David with a phenomenal ball. Jesus Mendoza with the back of the net strike. And it is 5-0. That is everything that we want from this 4-2-4. Winning the ball high up the pitch, forcing a bad pass, winning the ball high up the pitch, going forward quickly, a great ball in, and Mendoza finishes with aplomb. And we have a chance for another goal here. Alvin Santos on the corner, in-swinger, well cleared, but it will find Atangana, Fajrli Garotzategui, back to Santos. He crosses it in. Jesus Mendoza. I think that's an own goal. That is an unfortunate own goal for United City. I was hoping that was Mendoza's goal, but we have a sixth. Well, it's halftime. We are winning 6-0. It's a very comfortable victory. This is how the PFL has been going for the most part. We'll tell them we're happy. We'll start the second half, and hopefully we will cruise in to full time. That was not the greatest play in the world, but we should win this fairly comfortably. Actually, here, Namji-won doing a really good job holding it up. Jumashev, our former player, acting like he still played for us by playing it back to us in possession. But that being said, not a really good spell from us here. United City will have the chance to score. I think if they maybe moved forward a little bit quicker, they would have been able to do something. But instead, we won the ball back fairly easily. And Fajrli is going to go. He's going to pass it back, and we're going to get a pen. We are going to get a penalty. Really poor play from both sides, and somehow it's ended up working out for us. But Luis Miguel Pradas will stand over it. Can he get a second pen goal? He does. We are in seventh heaven, leading 7-0. United City potentially with an opportunity here. Goes into the back post, and they do score. And he is not offsides. United City getting back into it. It was a very quick highlight, but a good play from Jumashev to Namji-won, and it's 7-1. Well, that is the end of the match. A comfortable 7-1 victory. We will never complain about that. Tell the lads that it was a great win, and we'll continue forward. Well, that is pretty much everything that I have for this episode. That win puts us top of the table, 54 points, and we are cruising towards the PFL title again. And the next time I see you all, we will be taking on Urawa in the Champions League knockout stages. So that will be the big thing that we get to look forward to as we move to the end of this season. But this episode's been a big one. We had a big win, but we also had a big sale. And while we still have them on loan, Garotzategui is a player that we will miss in the future, but hopefully it will help us out in the long run. With that all being said, I will see you all very soon as we move into the Champions League knockout stages. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.